Hello, and welcome to the Unwind Your Life podcast. I'm your host, Shannon Dusky, and I have been talking to the screen for a good while before pressing record. But you know what? I'm going for it, and I'm just doing one recording, and this is it. Today, in this episode, I just want to share my heart with you. And I've had this idea of a podcast, a video, whatever, an explanation, something. I've had this on my heart for a good while. And there's just been always something like holding me back from doing it. And today I'm saying, what the hell ever. I'm here. I'm sharing my heart with you. And I want to tell you about my upcoming retreats in July. So, kind of just why I created it, the pieces that I've worked into it, and then like elaborate on those pieces moving into the next episode. And so today I'm just kind of keeping it brief, but I wanted to come and share my heart with you and put myself out there in a way that's way uncomfortable, which I don't even know why. But here I am, showing up, being awkward. Let's get it. So if you haven't heard, I am hosting a retreat here close to Tipton, Kansas. This will be my third one that I'm hosting, and I love it. Like, the energy that this brings to the women that have attended just makes my heart so full and so happy. And ever since I completed or went through my coach training, even back in 2020, I had this vision of bringing some sort of retreat to women to just get away for a minute and relax and just let go. And that's like, I feel like I'm creating a space that I so desperately need myself in times that I've learned to work into, or I guess work into my rhythm of life pretty routinely for me, because I feel like I do need this space in order to bring my full and authentic self versus a frazzled, non-transparent, I don't know, like there have just been moments, so many moments where I just don't feel like I'm truly myself. And I've learned that in certain ways, there are things that I've just got to like release and let go of and have some tools so that I can return to my most authentic self, so that I know when I'm showing up in these areas of my life that I'm showing up as who I was created to be. I hope that makes sense. And so I created this for women who, like as women, we are the heart of the home. Like our energy, our presence, it is infiltrated like into every aspect of our lives, at home, at work, at volunteer organizations, in our communities. The way we show up, like women are the culture. We are the energy. We are the love. We are all of that. And when we're not feeling like we've given ourselves the space to show up for ourselves, the whole puzzle just gets flipped off the table almost sometimes. And so, like, we hold these mental loads of everybody's schedule, keeping everything together. Like, our minds are like spaghetti. Everything is connected and everything is put together and everything, is in there. And we are the ones that make things happen so often. And that mental load can be so exhausting because sometimes it's not tangible, but it's like, I'm feeding the humans and I'm doing the laundry and I'm still showing up as a professional at work and I'm doing this and I'm in the community and I've got all these things going on. There's a big mental heavy load sometimes on us, and it is exhausting. It is exhausting. And so what I wanted to do was just create a space where women can come and let go and be served and serve yourself. A space where you can just freaking breathe, like just breathe for a minute. Just be whatever it is you want to be without judgment of self, without judgment of others. A place where you can just disconnect and let go of everything on your to-do list because it's never finished, right? And just really remember that outside of anything on that to-do list, anything that you can do, like you are loved, you are worthy, you are amazing. And so I wanted to create a space where women could breathe and be and not do laundry and not wipe butts and not have to have any expectations whatsoever. And that's why I did this. And I did it very intentionally using tools that I've learned over the last 3 to 5 years that have really helped me gain a sort of like inner peace throughout so many different types of emotions because my oldest is 6, then I've got a 4-year-old and an almost 4-year-old and an almost 2-year-old. So, emotions have run high. There's chaos in my house. And in different seasons of life, self-care looks totally different. I used to, in one season, I used to be able to run like out all of my frustrations. In another season, running wasn't the answer. Like it just heightened my anxiety and depression. And, so anyways, these are some consistent tools worked into the retreat that I've intentionally placed. And I'm going to elaborate on each piece of those throughout the upcoming episodes to kind of explain to you like how I came about them because it's some really cool stories. Like this is divine. Like God placed these things in my life for a purpose. And I want to share those with you if it's your jam. So let's see. The whole premises of the retreat is to come and release expectations, self-imposed or external, restore your mind, your body, and your soul, and then re-enter your worlds full of more love and more presence and more peace than you had before. That's the mission, right? That is the intention. And so the next retreat is July 14th and 15th, 2023. There are still a few spots open, but I created it to be short, a one-night local event, because I know as a mom how hard it is to even get away for one night. And so it starts at 4:00 on Friday afternoon. You'll arrive, guests will arrive around 4. I have snacks set up. I have a whole retreat vibe happening. And it brings me so much joy to just like create this space where you walk in and you're just like, and you get to look at pretty things and smell amazing things and just like be celebrated and loved. And then we all come together around 5 and we do breath work, which is basically a fancy word for we breathe. We breathe for a straight 45 minutes. Like just breathe. It's wild and not wild all at the same time. Like, I'll explain it in further detail in the next episode. But on Friday night, we breathe. And the intention of that is it allows you space. Sometimes when we're just breathing, we realize that we've forgotten how to breathe. We've gotten so wrapped up in society's expectations, so wrapped up in our demands of everyday life, so wrapped up in everything. And it's just constricting our chest, our heart, our ability to breathe. And that is why we breathe. And as we come out of that breath work, I have these amazing Jamaican sweet potato bowls that will blow your minds, especially coming out of breath work, because coming out of breath work, your senses are like heightened, right? And so we make our way to a table. I feed you dinner. I feed you amazing food. After dinner, we have some creative time. And I do this intentionally because the creative mind is a different part of the brain than the doing mind. So the creative mind creates, and it doesn't matter what it is creates, whether you like to paint or don't like to paint. It's a very open process. And it allows that part of the brain to open up, that being brain, that from the heart space. It allows that to kind of open up because you have no agenda, nothing in front of you but a blank canvas or whatever. And your only task is to create anything. And what that does, like I said, like we breathe to have that space away from like all of the things happening in our head, all these to-dos, all these agendas, all these whatever. Create that space, nourish and fuel our bodies with some really awesome food, and then drink a little wine and create to kind of continue with the process of releasing society's expectations and understanding like yourself more. And the whole schedule the entire time, it's very it's not rigid. This is a retreat, not like we're on the timeline, but we ain't on the timeline. And then it's just open. Like my hope is to always create this space where you tend to your needs first. So if that means you want to engage with the group, you engage with the group. If you don't, you retreat to whatever space you need in order to fulfill your own needs. And no one questions it because you do you, and we support that. Everybody supports that. And given the feedback I received on the first 2 retreats, that has been created, and women have greatly appreciated it because it's so uncommon or unoften that we kind of get to do that without expectations. So that's Friday night. Saturday morning, we wake up and have an optional meditation. I know that some people just want to sleep. So sleep. That sounds great. You do what feels good for you. And everyone's happy about that. So we have a meditation in the morning, sunrise meditation, move into breakfast and yoga. And I have an amazing yoga instructor coming. So excited. And the whole point of this is just like, it is healthy to settle your mind and move your body. Settle your mind and move your body. And it's a way to, again, like get out of that doing mind and get more in tune with your body. There's a lot of good free open space, and there's hiking and biking trails all around the property. Nature is always good to just ground you and it's good to be outside. We're all plants, right? We need sunlight and a little bit of water, and we do a lot better. And then after we have some breakfast, which is a self-serve thing, like it's not a one, this is on the menu. At the first retreat, we did scrambled eggs and waffles and kind of some different toppings. And at the second one, I did like oatmeal and a whole bunch of different toppings. And I don't know, we'll see what comes of this next one. But, after breakfast, we kind of come back together and debrief the experience. And what's really kind of magical about this moment is that everybody experiences this completely different. Everybody has their own past, has their own beliefs, has their own experience. And we've created a space where that's respected and honored and trusted. It's like a little circle of trust. And there's always just this peace in being around women who see you and hear you. That is beautiful. And we take a little time just to debrief your own experience, to allow you to verbalize like how you've experienced this, who you are, your thoughts and feelings on things, and what it's going to look like and how you're going to re-enter into the next week, months, year of your life. Like, what does that look like for you? Who do you want to show up as? Who do you want to be? Maybe exactly like who you are right now is exactly how you want to show up, just more present and impactful and purposeful. So anything about your journey, like that's what we're here for. Then Saturday after, and then of course we have lunch because there's amazing food. And then Saturday afternoon, we have optional massage and Reiki sessions. So me and the other yoga instructor are both Reiki certified. And again, I'll talk more about that in one of the next episodes. And we'll be doing those sessions. I have a masseuse coming in because what is a retreat, people, without a masseuse? So we have a masseuse coming in for Saturday afternoon. And then people have the option to stay an extra night if they can get away and want the extra space, but there's no programming. There's no nothing. It's you do you and you be you and you give yourself space and whatever you need in order to do it. There's definitely leftovers for that, but it does allow a little bit more space. And so that's kind of, that is the retreat in a nutshell. And if any part of this speaks to you or you have questions about it or you're interested, but maybe you can attend the first one or anything, if anything about what I have shared with you today sparks a nerve, I would love to talk with you. If this is something you're like, I need this in my life, please let me know how to sign up. I will drop that in the show notes here, the registration and information. You can also hop on my site and subscribe to any updates. I promise not to spam you. But yeah, if you're still with me, I just want to thank you for being here. I think you're an amazing human. I think that when we allow ourselves to have the space and freedom to reconnect with our true selves, we show up in the world the way we are meant to show up in the world. And that's just what my hope is for creating the space for you. So, peace out.